Alright guys, today I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into the project again. We're going to be making a bottle stopper kit from Penn State. We need the stopper kit, 1.5 by 1.5 by 2 inch blank with a 5/16 hole drilled into it. And we need a tap, and this is a 3/8 by 24 tap. And we'll start off by taking the tap and getting some threads in this hole. And this just takes a second. It's real easy to go. And with wood, you don't have to back out and clear the chips like you do with metal. Just go until this bottoms out. And that should be good. This is that squeaking. This is a spectra ply blank. It is colored laminated plywood. We'll go ahead and thread this onto our stopper mandrel. And we'll set this aside for later. We'll go ahead and get our tool rest brought up. Get this put about just under center. Bring it up a hair. Crank it down. Always spin the blank by hand to make sure it won't hit the rest or anything else. And flip the lathe on. Start off with a 1-inch rough and gouge. And these small little things like this go really quick. Go ahead and switch over to a different tool here. Get my 1/2-inch spindle gouge. Get a good round over on this end. And we'll go back and touch up our taper here. And that's it for rough turning. All we got to do is sand. When I'm in a roll, these things generally take me about 8 minutes start to finish, and that's if I'm going slow. If I batch out a bunch of them, I can really get going, and I believe the fastest I've done one is about 5 minutes. So we'll go ahead, get the tool rest out of our way, pull our banjo off. Well, not off, just out the way again. Start off at 200 grit. Flip the lathe back on and use our drill with the 2-inch sanding pad on it in the high speed. Put it in reverse for just a second. That'll help change the pattern of the sanding marks. We're done with 220, and we'll go ahead and run through 300 real fast. That's it for 300. And I dropped my 400 grit paper. Go ahead and hit it with 400. Hit it with the 600. And that feels pretty good and smooth. I don't normally hit it with the 800, but we'll go ahead and hit it with the drill. That feels good. And before I put the sandpaper away, I'll go ahead and hit it lightly by hand. This only takes a second. It doesn't need much. Get the end of it. All right, we're done. Get our paper. Set that to the side. We'll go ahead, grab a rag and more of this walnut oil. Just get a little bit and put it straight on. Do a little bit by hand first. And I got oil all over the hand wheel. That'll be nice. Get this oil out the way. And we'll flip the lathe back on and buff it in. Get a little bit more speed. Let that soak in for just a second while I get out the polishing compound. Again, like the ice cream scoop, this is the Hut Triple P. It's a hard wax bar, and we'll go ahead and rub that on. And now we'll go and just buff it straight back off. I find the more heat, the better with this. Really helps melt it into the wood. I'm sorry, more speed, the better with this. The heat from the friction helps melt it into the wood and give you a really nice, good finish. It'll be nice and glossy, and it'll be pretty water resistant too. And that looks really good right there. So we'll go ahead, take this off the mandrel, and I'll take that rag with our oil on it and just get some oil on this bottom face here. Get that out the way, and then we'll take our stopper and just thread it straight together. And there we go. We got a finished wine bottle stopper. It only took a few minutes. They're really easy to do, and they have next to no wood in them, so you can use up your scrap pile pretty fast. They take a short amount of time. They're great sellers, and yeah, great beginner project. Go make one.